That is pretty quick. Can't complain. The main elevator leading to the access shaft has been severely damaged. It'll be totally unusable for some time, unfortunately. Some unknown agent is at work. Something very powerful, certainly not human. I'll report when I know more. Now listen closely. The X in Sector 1 have invaded the atmospheric stabilizers. They want to alter the environment to their needs. They are already reproducing. Clear 5 atmospheric stabilizers to stop them. I always really like this part. Unfortunately, you don't really get to do much else here than just this beginning section. This was actually, so I remember playing this before I'd ever even seen it. I feel like they added more of those in everywhere. I don't know why though. I originally played this, and I think this is where I maybe heard of Metroid for the first time. I was at a Walmart with my dad, somewhere in South Central Indiana. I don't know where. And we're in the electronics department. Back in the day, in the early 2000s, they still had those demo centers set up, so you could kind of. They had a Game Boy set up for you to try out a game, and this was one of the games. And it was actually right before the fake Chozo statue boss. And I had never seen a Metroid game before. I had no idea what I was looking at, and that boss fascinated me. You know, it was really cool. And that is a memory that lives on. So that's why I think SR3 or SRX really one of my more favorite areas in the game. Second to maybe Noct. Well, the first time you threw Noct, and like you're having to fight the freezing or the frozen X. Which we'll probably be doing here shortly. Oh shoot, I forgot about this guy. I think I can get something here, right? So I don't believe beyond hard mode and a few of those they added some animation frames to Samus as she turns. You can kick off walls now. You can stand on computers and elevators and doors. Move a lot quicker, but really I think it's mostly just quality of life things. You know. Over anything like substantial narrative changes or new enemies or anything of that sort. And like the idea of the wall kick's interesting, but since it wasn't in the game the first time, I don't really see, like, I'm not going to foresee a lot of yeah, it's a little fun. I'm not going to foresee a lot of use out of that. You know, there's just not going to be any opportunities. I think another thing I liked about this area, it's one of the few where you got a lot of like mechanical back rooms. I've always kind of been fascinated with the dichotomy of like the breeding areas and then uh, the kind of maintenance hallways and junctures that connect them all. Like it's a kind of a fascinating thing when you think about it. It's kind of like this place functions basically similar to a zoo or a habitat preserve, you know. And there's always going to be these access ways and causeways that connect everything, but there's always this kind of weird sterility, I guess, surrounding uh, just more of the functional areas rather than like this room here. You know, this is just a hallway or a chute going up. And I think that really is what plays into like kind of the dread of the game, the horror of like this was a laboratory. It was designed for gathering data and making observations on wildlife. And apparently, also, they had fucking bioweapons in here. You know, it's like they were doing some pretty freaky stuff in here before the X showed up. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm kind of addle brained tonight. It's been a long day. Yeah, so here we go. This is about let's see, oh geez, hold on. Okay, sorry. Um, that last environmental room in this area here is about where I got to play the demo while my dad was doing like some kind of shopping. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, this guy. This thing's so creepy. I thought it was like the Xenomorph from Aliens originally when I was a kid, and it kind of looks like that still. Like the way I saw it was, you can see like an eye hole and a beak, right? But I see the beak, like the top of where the beak connects to the head, as like a face, and the bottom of that is like a mask. You know. Easy. This room too. This room really is kind of a wild room. I'm gonna say this right now. Despite the fact I grew up with this game, I am absolutely no good at shine sparking or any of the mobility stuff. So I will not be trying to get the item in there later on. Um, I'm just I'm no good at it. I'm not very good at like the skill things for Metroid in general. Shine sparking and all that other stuff, damage boosting, all that. So there may be more than a few ROM hacks that I just don't really try or make an attempt, but not actually try and finish, just because I'm not good at that. I don't really feel the need to get good. I guess I don't know. It's like it doesn't drive me the same way the Castlevania games did. There we go. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. I don't really know why. I've tried it before, yeah, and that may have something to do with it. I've tried it in the past. I just never really was able to do it, and I don't really see the point in continuing to try. I don't know. I don't know, man. There we go. Oh, I can't do anything. Oh, wait. Maybe. I mean, it's possible. Maybe. Maybe. I feel like this was put in just for this one specific area, and it's like, there's a fucking missile thing up there or something, you know? Oh, fuck, man. Every time I do this, I'm like clenching my lower back, and it's just making me hurt. So I can do it against this wall, but I can't do it against this wall. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, these mushrooms, I feel like have some weird hit detection stuff going on with them. So another thing I did as a child, as a wee tot, um, about around the time I was playing this game, I was also watching a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Um, and reading Nintendo Power, so I was getting kind of an extra dosage of TCG games, because they had like a 2 or 3 article spread on Lost Kingdom. And I remember liking those cards so much, I actually cut them out of the magazine and kind of saved them. Um, Atmospheric Stabilizers online, but many X have already made it to other sectors, it seems. In particular, Sector 2, the tropical habitat, shows abnormalities. I suspect X entered this sector with the up of the unseen saboteur. It may be in Tro now. Samus, get over there. We need to put an end to this. Start moving. I'll brief you over there. So anyway, to put it all together, I kind of had the idea of making a Metroid Fusion themed. Oh, as I listened to the briefing, my thoughts turned to Adam. The real Adam understood me well. He would end orders by saying, "Any objections, lady?" He knew I wouldn't disagree. That was just his way of knowing our trust. I wonder if I can trust the computer too. I feel like a lot of this was like one-sided. Now that I think about it, like actually, how much of this is just in Samus's head?